For today's CyberCEO episode,
Alex helped us stay on task with things. She's kept social media running for us. We haven't had to think about it. So that's been fantastic. Anything I need her to do, I can kind of just send off to her, not worry about it. And she gets back to me the same day or the next day. And it's been great for our business. Social media was one of the big things for us up front. She's been doing that since day one. She still does that. We have her manage a lot of our mailings. She's in our database, working on our database for us. It makes your business easier. There's 5 things she can't do, but 500 things she can do for our team.
welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO. And of course, we have a very special guest coming back to the show. Chad, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Jello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much for asking and for dropping by. I know you have a lot of things to do. Really appreciate your time here today. Now, what we wanted to do was to talk to you more about your Cyberbacker experience and mainly about virtual leverage, what's its impact on your business. So before we start, let's start with how long have you been partnered with Cyberbacker, Chad?
So we've been with Alex, our Cyberbacker, for 1.5 years now. She was our first Cyberbacker, and I'm hoping she'll stay with us forever.
All right. So 1.5 years now in partnership with your Cyberbacker. Alex, now, was this your first time to work with someone virtual, by the way?
No, we've had experiences in the past. So we had an ISA in the past with a completely different company, and it was not an awesome experience. But so far, Alex has been fantastic. We've been really happy with her.
All right. Good to know that you're having a great experience with Alex. Now, you have experience with working with someone who's virtual even before Cyberbacker. So I just want to know what comes to mind nowadays when you hear the word virtual leverage.
It makes your business easier. I mean, we've gone through major changes in our home and our team in the last year. So we had a baby. She's 9 months old now. She was on the way the last time we talked. And that kind of changes your whole life. And she was 9 years in the making. And we thought we were ready, but we were not. I mean, you don't even know what it's like to have a kid until they're here. And so that's been a huge shakeup. But one thing we've had kind of this whole time is Alex keeping us going. I mean, she's helped us stay on task with things. She's kept social media running for us. We haven't had to think about it. So that's been fantastic. Anything I need her to do, I can kind of just send off to her, not worry about it. And she gets back to me the same day or the next day. And it's been great for our business.
Really good to know. And of course, congratulations building up the family, also building up the business. Now, I wanted to know more. How did you build that kind of trust with someone who's virtual? I know some of our listeners might have doubts on trusting someone who's virtual because, of course, cybersecurity and stuff like that. How did you do it? How did you create that trust factor between you and Alex?
Yeah, I definitely had that concern up front too. I think it's about having a frank discussion about your expectations, especially with I come from an IT background. So we had discussions up front of what your computer system looks like, what security you have. And she was all set up there. That was great. And it's just, it's not always turnkey. You should expect to invest some time with your cyberbackers. That's how you build a strong team. Any team member takes time and investment. Just be ready for that. You know, that's part of the gig. That's part of taking on a new team member, be virtual or in person.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. Really have to spend time with that new team member, new cyberbacker, new person in the team, because if you don't build that during the beginning, then I don't think it's going to be a great relationship in the long run, right?
Yeah. And I've had other agents that have used VAs before, and that was the thing they said up front. It was like, oh, it's a lot of work. And it's like bringing anybody onto your team is work. But with cyberbackers, we get somebody who is, she works super hard. She has access to amazing training that I can send her off to. She can come back and give me a report on it. We can talk about and implement new things for our business. And yeah, I have to train her, but I don't have to do all the training. You know, you guys have resources that we get to leverage all the time too.
Yes, we are very big on training here in Cyberbacker, of course. Now, talk to me about tasks, though. During the beginning of the partnership that you have with Alex, you had to create somewhat of a job list, or let's say a job description during the beginning.
Yeah.
Did that evolve now? Has that grown? Has that list grown?
Yeah, of course it does. And you're always kind of learning new ways to implement your virtual assistant, have them do new things. So social media was one of the big things for us up front. She's been doing that since day one. She still does that. We have her manage a lot of our mailings. She's in our database, working on our database for us. I can say, hey, we just closed in 123 Main Street. Please go update our client's address in there. And hey, while you're at it, use something like stamp.com or another third-party mailing site to send off a congratulatory letter to our new homeowners. So it's all sorts of little ways that you can learn to leverage. You just get better at it, right? It's always learning and growing and integrating your Cyberbacker into your team more effectively.
Yes, definitely agree with you there. Just integrating them, making them feel a part of the team so that they can contribute more. So you can, again, focus on growing the business rather than doing all the mundane tasks like admin tasks. Let your Cyberbacker handle that for you. Now, what I'm also excited to know more about is can you share with us one of your biggest wins so far in the year and a half that you've been working with Alex? Because a lot of this could be very educational for our listeners or also business owners that could really understand how virtual leverage could help their business.
I mean, kind of back to it again. We had a baby. We went offline for a week and a half. And then when we came back, we weren't back at 100%. And I don't think anybody knew. Our social media was still there chugging along. Alex was helping to keep our team going and keeping everybody kind of in touch with each other, us and our other agents on our team. So that was the big win, right? We disappeared for a week because we were in the hospital and nobody knew.
There we go. And again, imagine just having someone to back you up in times like that when you need the help, when you most need the help. I mean, because again, you imagine you weren't in for a week and a half, right? Of course, having your baby, now having your Cyberbacker to back you up right there. Now, how about communication? We get asked this a lot during the beginning of any partnership that we have with our clients. How would I communicate with my Cyberbacker? How did you do it during the beginning, Chad?
It's no different than you and I talking right now. We hop on Zooms regularly. I can call her on my cell phone. I can text her. It's really no different than talking to somebody I'm in Michigan. If I want to call somebody in Ohio, or I need to get a hold of somebody in Ohio, it's really no different at all. We've had no issues with communication in that way.
No issues with communication. So really just keeping the lines of communication open all the time, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm always available when she's online, or I try to be available when she's online. And, I can always reach out to her when I need something too.
There we go. Again, just open lines of communication. Now, one more thing that I'd like to know more about is, of course, how about challenges? Of course, in any kind of partnership, there could be challenges or let's say little problems here and there. Have you encountered any issues with working with someone who's virtual, Chad?
I mean, that are unique to virtual?
Mm-hmm. Probably
very few. So I'd say the only thing is, it'd be great if we could have her doing something like stuffing envelopes or something like that, right? Like something but we have resources here to do that too. Otherwise, it's pretty seamless. I mean, there's 5 things she can't do, but 500 things she can do for our team.
There we go. So that's the only thing, though. Maybe not be able to stuff those envelopes for you and not probably get coffee with you. One of the challenges with working with someone who's virtual. Now, we've been talking about Alex for a while now, and for sure, once we have this online, she's going to be listening and watching. I was wondering, do you have any messages or a quick shout out you'd like to give out to your rockstar Cyberbacker, Alex, before we end today?
Hey, happy to have you on the team, Alex. Hope you're here for much, much longer. And I love knowing you both as a friend, so thank you.
There we go. We are very, very excited to see the continued success of this partnership all throughout the years. And again, Chad, thank you very much for dropping by today. I had fun talking to you.
Thanks, Jello. You have a great day.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.